Welcome viewers, introducing myself this is Sharma, and in the previous video we have learned something about the simpler circuits for the combination of resistors, and in this video I am going to continue the same for a while, and for after this session I am going to the complex circuits, and let us go with some more. And remember the points that without crossing the resistor you can move the point, I mean the terminals in between which you have to find the equivalent resistance can be changed. Keep this point in mind. And these are just resistors, are nothing but just wires, and you can bend them or change the shape, of course, without changing the positions. Right? Remember these 2 points. And one more is when resistors are connected in series, the resultant resistance is just the sum, and sum of the individual resistances. And when they are connected in parallel, it is just the reciprocal of the resultant is equal to the sum of the reciprocals of the individual resistances. Right now let us take one more example. Usually this is being shown very more, and most of the students get confused with this kind of combination. Right, like say supposing the terminals are A and B on the either sides of this combination, and one is connected in this way and the other is connected in this way, each having a resistance R. Now what is the equivalent resistance of this combination? I remind you, just the picture has to be in such a way that what we have already fixed in mind, like in parallel what kind of connection will be there, what kind of picture we get, and in the case of series what kind of picture we get. That's the main thing we have to keep in mind. Now I repeat, these are just wires. So this point A can be placed here, 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 here or here. But you should not cross the resistor at any case. That's the only condition. Right now let us see. If at all I want to do bring this combination into the required shape, what has to be done? Right now I'll take this point, say here. Doesn't matter, right? Anywhere at this point without crossing the resistor we can place it. These are just wires. So right now I'll place this point here. Any problem? No. Obviously not an issue. Can I place it here? Yes, obviously. So I place it here for now. And now this wire, I can bring this resistor at any point on this wire. These are just wires. So just bring this resistor here to this position so that there will be no change. So this can be even moved further. I place it down so that the diagram will be clear, so that I can place it even here. Right. So I'll place it here. That's not an issue. Now this is also having resistance R, and now this is just a wire. Why to take this much length? I will take a small length like this. Right, now we have got a point A here. Right, and then I am just extending it, doesn't matter. Right, but this resistor cannot be placed here because it has to cross A. A should not be crossed. Right now in the similar way, you take this resistor and this point B, again this is a wire, and I can place this anywhere on this wire. Anywhere on this wire. Right, so I take this B and then I am moving it down. Here I can place it. I can place it even here, or I can place it even here. So I am placing it here. Right, this is again the wire, and I now move this resistor here, so it doesn't matter. Use a lengthy wire again. In a simpler way, just connect it here directly instead of taking that much length. Right? So I have got a combination here in this way. Right now, again this is a wire and there is no resistor in between. So I can place this B either here or even here. So I will place this here for my convenience. So now the picture became like this, and each are having a resistance R. Right, and these three are obviously, we have got the picture in mind, nothing but the combination is parallel. So obviously 1 by R plus 1 by R plus 1 by R will be the resultant resistance of this combination, and this will be 3 by R, nothing but R by 3, the reciprocal of 3 by R is R by 3, and this is the equivalent resistance in the combination given. Easier, right? Right, now that's it. In the same way, let's go for one more. And again remember, I am not using any Wheatstone bridge or any other principles here. Just the view we see the question, that has to be changed. The shape of that circuit diagram has to be changed in such a way that it will be convenient for us to think over. That's the only thing. Right now let us take one more example, like say supposing the resistors are connected in this way, right, like a rectangle or a square, and there are diagonally, I mean here for my convenience I'll take here only two resistors connected in this way. No, let's go start from a simpler way to a complicated way. Right now here say this is B, and but there are two resistors connected in such a way that diagonally two resistors are connected, and even in this way diagonally two resistors are connected. Now you want to find the equivalent resistance of this. Right now here we say, let us say all or say 2 ohm, 2 ohm, 2 ohm, 2 ohm, 2 ohm, 2 ohm, all are 2 ohm. Right now, just to look at this combination, each and every resistance is 2 ohm, remember that. Each and every resistance is 2 ohm and all are R. Now there is a joint here. Right now, this is actually a very simpler circuit. Now, simply see, can I move this point here? Yes, obviously. So I am moving it here, doesn't matter, right? I am making this straight. It can be connected anywhere on the wire. Similarly, even this combination also will become in this way. Similarly, even this combination also will become in this way. And these two are connected again. These are just wires, I changed the shape. Right now, see, it became easier now. These two are connected in parallel. These two are connected in parallel. So R and R, say 2 and 2, 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, 1. So this combination had given one equivalent resistance, 1, and in the similar way this combination also will give one resistance, 1. Am I right? Right now these two, obviously, if you just look at it, these two are connected in series. So this combination 1 and 1 will give a combination, the resultant 2, 1 plus 1 series, and this is 2 and this is 2. Obviously these three are connected in parallel. So 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, which gives out half plus half, 1 plus 1 by 2, 3 by 2. So reciprocal of it is 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 ohm will be the resultant of the combination which we have discussed before. Right now see, the same picture, if at all it is slightly changed, for making it in brief, because already I have discussed many number of examples. So if at all you know that it is a series combination or a parallel combination, you can obviously find out find out the resultant by using this formula. So I am not going for the calculation part. I'll just explain how it is in series or parallel. Right now let us see. Suppose the same combination is given in this way, but there is a small change, right? Like there is another set of two resistors which are not connected in the middle. The diagonals are not connected. This a groove shows that it is not in contact with this one. Right now this is also the easiest way to remember, easiest way to solve, and easiest way to remember. There is a common potential method. There is another method which above this, there is another method called a common potential method. Even you can get this same in that method also, but picturizing way is more easier because sometimes you may get confused in that model. So let me say supposing this wire I can move it here, right, and this wire I can move it here. This wire I am moving it here, and remember again I am not crossing any of these points here, and I am not crossing any of the resistors, right? And this point on this wire I can move it anywhere. So this point I am moving it here, and these two did not touch. So this one is not touching it and came here, right? This is nothing but a wire, so I am connecting like this. Right now Can I make it straight? Can I move this here? Can I make it straight? Finished? Finished? These two are in series. You will get a final resistance here, equivalent resistance. These two are in series. By adding up these two, you will get a final resistance here. And now all these four are in parallel. You can get a final resistance by using this formula. 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 plus 1 by R4. Easier, right? Right. In this way, we can easily calculate it. By just see. Now we have got a picture in such a way that it is what which we have fixed in mind. Parallel means in this way they have to be. That's where we have already fixed. The same, the same picture we have been making it visualize in the same way. Right. Right now let us see. It will be more easier, and in many competitive examinations also such kind of questions were given. Right, like a combination will be there in this way. Right, and then one more set in this way, and one here, and one more here, and one more here, and this is A and B, and he will ask you to find the resultant resistance in between the terminals A and B. More easier. Even the before examples what I have taken is only complicated. Even this is very easier. See, these three are in series because we can just make it straight. Make it straight. Even this resistor can be moved anywhere on this wire. So I am moving this here. Now this became obviously series, yes. So by this combination we will get one final resistor by adding them all using the principle of series combination. You have got one thing here, one resistor, the final resistor, equivalent resistance here, and these two are in parallel. So using 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 you will get a final equivalent resistance in this way. Again these three are in series. Again you will get one resistor, equivalent resistor in this way, and again these two are in parallel. Again you will get an equivalent resistance by using this formula here, and these three are in series again. So the final resistance will be the sum of these three. More easier, right? Right now let us see. Sometimes the picture looks complicated. In that case it's like in circular form, in the circular shape, like that the resistors will be connected. In those cases, sometimes this picturization view will be somewhat difficult to understand and even to bring that to that shape. In those cases, I have another method. Right now, see for example, I am taking a circle, something in the form of a circle, and there are four resistors connected. I repeat. Let's start with the easier form with the circular, and then we'll go with the complicated. Say supposing here is A and here is B, right? And now supposing there are two resistors connected in this way diametrically, and in between every quadrant, right? Say there is one more resistor in this way, and here in this way. Now what is the combination? Very easy. Actually the picture is very clear, right? Simply change the shape. Simply make this into a rectangular form. That's enough. Your work is finished. Right now let us see. I am making this into a rectangular form. I am moving this like this. No problem now. Wire only now I can bend it in any shape. So this became in this way. And here also, this one also, I'll change it to this shape. Doesn't matter. Even this. And even this. Finished. These two are in series. So you will get a final resistance here in this way. Final resistance. Right. And here, and here, and here, and here. These are the three. Now of course, when all the resistors are of same unit, say R, no current flows through this circuit. Of course, why? When applying Wheatstone bridge also we can do that. But of course, here that's not at all needed. So here, when this combination, this is divided and the ratio is equal, and so no current flows through this resistors. So you can simply ignore this. I know these two are in series, you will get one final resistance here. These two are in series, you will get a final resistance here. And then these two are in parallel, you will get the equivalent resistance of this combination. Right now let us see, in the same way, in the same circular form, you may get one more, like you have to find the equivalent resistance in between A and B, and say for example the resistors are connected in such a way that here in this way, and then in this way, and then in this way, and then in this way. Now this is A and this is B. So say supposing for example all are R. Resistances among all are R. Now for this case, again the simple technique I am going to use. The simple technique, right? At least I will give a shortcut. Whenever there is a dot like this, whenever there is a junction, then remember you can draw the junction, this junction, in this way also. Our motto is the current has to flow from here to here and here to here also. Yes, it is flowing from here to here and here to here also. So remember this one, keep this in mind. Now I am going to change the shape to rectangular form again. No problem, right? Even this is also a wire, I can change the shape. Even this is also a wire, I can change the shape. Even this is also a wire and I will change the shape to this way. Right now, this resistor can be moved at any point. This, I can keep it here. Right, and this combination, now what I will do, I will place it here. This resistor I am moving it here. This resistor I am moving it here. Oh, sorry. This resistor I can move it anywhere. Right now, change the shape. I will make it more easier. I repeat. This is a given question. This one is one way. Right. You can change the shape in such a way that it comes to this form. That's one method. It's being complicated. Again, common potential methods will go. That will be somewhat little bit complicated. So I'll go with one more method. I think better I'll explain that method first and then I'll go with this method. Let us see. See, for example, this is just a circular form, right? Circular form. It is in the circular shape. Here is A and here is B. I have one more method. This is my method. A simpler way to visualize as per the picture what we have in the mind. So for that, what you need to do, these are all resistors, right? 4 resistors are there, and these 4 resistors, say this is the inner side of the resistors, say this is the outer side. This is the inner side of this resistor and this resistor and this resistor, and these are the outer resistors. Right now what I will do, take 4 resistors. Say this is inner side and this is outer side. All the inner sides are connected, right? All the inner sides are connected. So all the inner sides has to be connected. Now outer sides, all the outer sides are also connected. At one side you have got A and on the other side you have got B. Obviously, parallel. All are in parallel connection. Just find the resultant. Just find the resultant from this. You'll get it. Right. So this now these 2 parallel, finally we'll get 1. These 3 parallel, finally we'll get 1. Right. This is one more method. Right now sometimes he'll complicate it in such a way that right, like say one side he'll give B and there will be 2 resistors in this way and other 2 in this way, and but A and B are here. In this kind of combination, what we have to do? Simple technique. How many resistors are there? 4. First